Why should I be jealous of anything Joe does?
That's a good question. Another good question is, what are we going to do?
That is entirely up to you.
What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? To Bill Malloy, who died so cruelly in the sea. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Put him in a longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Well, here we are.
I don't know when I've had such a wonderful evening.
Well, let's just continue where we left off.
Oh. And where was that?
Well, I was having a drink.
Oh. Well, maybe this time I'll join you.
May I see your identification card?
There are other ways to prove I'm old enough.
Well, in that case, we'll start with a drink.
And don't make mine too strong.
That I won't.
But make it strong enough.
Okay, I will.
I'm so glad I ran into you at the Blue Whale.
And that's another thing. What's the town's most attractive girl doing in a place like the Blue Whale alone?
I was in a mood.
Have a fight with your young man?
I don't even want to talk about it. Yes, we had a fight. But he is not, as you so elegantly put it, my young man.
Well, in that case, let's talk about a much more fascinating subject.
What subject is that?
Your old man, me.
Why do you always have to pretend you're so old?
Oh, I always feel that way when I'm around somebody who is so young.
I thought we just agreed that you don't have to see my identification card to know my age.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Besides, a man shouldn't talk about a woman's age unless she's under 7 or over 70.
Correct.
Scope.
What shall we drink to?
Well, I don't see anyone else around here, do you?
No.
Well, then let's drink to us.
To us.
What we need is some music.
And motorists are urged to drive with extreme caution, avoiding Highway 202 if possible. 1A is open to traffic, and so is 9. Flash floods due to the storm have inundated routes 208 and the Coast Highway.
There, that's better.
Much better. Besides, with such a storm raging outside, I can't very well go home right away, can I?
Yeah, I wish old Sam was here. He had some kind of Shakespearean quotation for that.
Do you really wish Sam was still with us?
Well, now that you mention it, I think he positively would be a third wheel.
Isn't that supposed to read fifth wheel?
And not if you're riding a two-wheel carriage. And speaking of carriages, yours is very good.
Thank you, sir.
Well, then, why don't you park it right over here?
Aren't I lucky to find a parking place when it's so congested?
Well, you're a preferred customer.
Am I, Bert?
How else could you find a parking place so easily?
Well, aren't I just a member of the Collins family you've declared war against?
Carolyn, I think the time has come to tell you that we've got to forget about this so-called war between me and the Collins family. Agreed?
Agreed. So what do we talk about?
Well, we can always talk about me and my past.
I suppose there have been lots of girls in it.
There were a few.
Well, in that case, I think I'd prefer talking about your future.
I tell you, you haven't lived until you've seen Rio at carnival time. Rio for those few days is like a man didn't have an enemy in the world. And there's nothing to do but enjoy yourself.
Oh, it sounds heavenly.
Well, it wasn't as heavenly as all that.
Oh, you mean there was a bit of hell-raising,
Well, there's
too?
a thin line between the two.
Oh, but I know which side of the line you're on.
My dear Miss Stoddard.
Carolyn.
My dear Carol.
Why didn't you try that without the mind?
Dear Carol.
Yes.
I forgot what I was going to say. Do you mind if I put my feet up on the table?
They're your feet.
First time I did this, in front of a girl, I was the most embarrassed guy you ever saw.
Hole in the sock.
Hole in both socks. And to complicate matters, she couldn't speak English and I couldn't speak Portuguese.
What did she do?
Yeah, she taught me a great deal about coffee. There are many theories about the best coffee bean.
Were you in love with her?
Oh, no. We were very good friends.
Bert, have you ever been in love?
Yes. Once.
Is it always such a painful experience?
Not really.
I don't believe it, Bert. I simply don't believe it.
What don't you believe?
I don't believe that you were marooned on an island with a beautiful girl for 3 days and 3 nights, and nothing happened.
Well, I'll tell you. Her people were chiefs of a neighboring tribe, and they knew that I was out to destroy them.
Oh, wait.
No, let me finish. So there I was, alone, with this beautiful daughter in a hotel room.
I thought it was an island.
Now, don't interrupt. Every man is an island unto himself. So, there we were. And I knew that if I made so much as a pass at this beautiful young girl, it would be totally misconstrued. Naturally, the natives would think I was using it to get my terrible retribution. They wouldn't believe for 1 minute that it was because I was entranced by the beautiful fair maiden.
I thought she was a native girl.
But blonde. A beautiful, blonde young girl.
Did she show you her identity card to prove her age?
Well, unfortunately, there wasn't time. Also, it wasn't necessary.
Why not?
Well, she was a very smart young girl. And she decided that she better tear herself away from me and swim home. She was a very good swimmer.
Well, it's been a charming evening.
You, forgot your umbrella.
Burke, I didn't mean that the way it sounded. This has been the most wonderful evening I've ever had in my whole life.
Do you think we could have a few more?
Yes.
Shall I drive you home?
No. The chiefs might not approve. Besides, I'm a very good swimmer.
Miss Carolyn Collins Stoddard, you'd better be a good swimmer, because soon you're going to find yourself in a whirlpool with no way to go but